Loveline today, in today's environment, as opposed to in the 90s, does Loveline sort of like the concept of Loveline hold up? The idea of like, calling up and you have like a doctor on the air and you're asking him sort of, all these sort of really personal questions live on the radio. How does that still work today, you think?
Yes. Yes. I would do that in a second. I love doing that show. That show was great. Yeah, I think I mean, the thing is back then, it was a little bit shocking. You were hearing people tell things that people don't talk about, but now people talk about everything. It's very, very open. But I still think that people have questions and they like to get other people's advice and they like to throw it off somebody anonymously. So I think, yeah, I think that show would completely still work. I'd love to do that show again. That show was so much fun and so, so easy.
Yeah, I would imagine. Really easy, really effortless to go from, say, from being a VJ to just going on the air like that.
I did both of them for a while. I did Loveline and Headbangers Ball at the same time.
Wow.
It was fun to be on K-Rock, and I was on stations all over America, but it was fun on K-Rock because K-Rock wasn't a lot of Headbangers Ball viewers. It was, alternative. So it was nice because there's still people that don't know me from Headbangers, that they know me from Loveline, and that's also very flattering.
Yeah. Oh, it was a really, really, really cool show. And it was great. You had really great chemistry with Dr. Drew, I thought, and you guys did a great job. And then I didn't realize this. So I used to watch the VH1, the reality shows. You had Flavor of Love, and you had the surreal, no, what was it? The Surreal Wife. That's what it was. And then eventually we had the Rock of Loves, which were, in my opinion, that was the best one. And then you got involved as well in some of those VH1 reality shows. What was that all like at that time?
Well, I did the Rock of Love reunions, which was great because I got to be a live talk show host with all these crazy things happening. And I think I did a really good job on it. And then they asked me to do Charm School, and I was on Charm School, and I did that show for a while. And when that season's done, I go, I ain't gonna do these shows. This isn't fun for me anymore. This is stupid. And then they approached me to be on a show called Daisy of Love, and I go, I don't want to do these shows anymore. And they said,
I remember Daisy.
They said, look, they said on Daisy of Love, you're like the voice of reason. You're like one of the stars of Daisy of Love. And I knew Daisy, and I was like, okay. And Daisy of Love was so fun. I loved doing that show. I liked all the guys that were contestants. Daisy was great. And I just had a lot of fun. And for a while, for a couple of years, it's like everywhere I went, I was like, dude, you're the guy from Daisy of Love. It wasn't anything else. And and I really enjoyed doing that show. That was a lot of fun.
It was those shows were huge. That was at the height of, it's funny. MTV was the 90s, right? The 80s and the 90s. And then VH1 in the aughts was like just exploded with all the reality TV. And now it's all, nobody even blinks an eye at VH. The MTV's still around, obviously, but VH1 is like, it's there.
But these shows, they're rewarding kids for getting pregnant, and people do stupid shit and act like assholes because they know that if you're on one of these shows and you act like a good person or you're normal, you're not going to last on that show that long. But if you're grandiose and jerk,
they reward bad behavior.
They're going to give you more of your time, and you're going to get famous. And look at all the people that have got famous for just being complete morons. So we make stupid people famous.
There were a few of those on one of the Rock of Loves. I remember there was one girl, she had a band, and then the band performed on the show, and I don't think her project ever went anywhere, but it was just interesting. Yes, the redhead.
Lacey got it because she was a character on the Rock of Love that was evil Lacey, and she became very well known because of that. So she was smart.
New York too. When I would watch Flavor of Love, they brought her back. When they did a second one, and they brought her back, and then she got her own spinoff show. It was the web, the universe. Just what we had, comic book universes, right? we
was
had comic book universes, and now we have that was like a reality TV show universe.